Okay, so you are ready to start your shoe drawing on Pixlr. First thing I did was I scanned your shoe that you did your lines, designs, and patterns in, and I emailed those to your school Gmail account. I did one to myself also, and here is my message, and I need to download this image that was sent to me. I need to download it, clicking the down button, and you'll see it appear here. And just to be safe, we want to save it to Drive. And then you can close this window because we don't want to put it in a folder for right now. Now, once you have done that, you're going to go to your Drive, and you're going to find the name of your file. Now, it is simply your name, so mine is Mrs. Sternhagen, and then whatever your class number, 6-2 or 6-1, shoe, and then JPEG. Now, I have several of them in here because I have been playing with the program, so hopefully I will get the right one the first time. Oh, nope, I didn't. So let me try that again. Mrs. Sternhagen shoe. Let's try this one. Yes, this is the one that I want. You will not have multiple copies. You will just have one copy. Now, at the top, it says Open With. And you want to click on that, and you want to go to Pixlr Editor. And then your Pixlr Editor will open up, and your shoe will appear. Now, I've been having trouble with mine, and I figured out what happened. So if your window comes up gray like mine, go after the word Editor and click 2 times so that your cursor is there, and then add a slash, and then hit Return. And now my image is loading into Pixlr. As soon as it loads in, we are going to double click on the lock icon over here in the layers palette. And that's going to get rid of the lock. It's going to call it layer 0, and it's going to have a check mark by it. That is what we want it to do. Next thing we need to do is we need to adjust our canvas size or our paper size. And that is going to tell us then how large our paper is that we're working with on our screen. So we are going to go to Image, that's across the top. We're going to go to Image and then Canvas Size. Now, we want to notice which is the larger number, the width or the height. Yours might be different than mine. Mine happens to be the largest number is the width. So I take a note, I copy that number, I highlight it, and then I go Command C, and then I go down into height, and I highlight that, and I hit Command V, and it pastes that exact number that was my largest number. Now you have an little blue anchor box. My shoe happens to be sitting at the bottom. Your shoe may be laying on the side, or your shoe may be laying on the top. I don't know. If your shoe is laying on the side with the bottom of the shoe out here, you want to put your anchor there. If your shoe is laying over here and the bottom of the shoe is on this outside, you would want to click here. My shoe is at the bottom, and so I want to click here. Then I'm going to click OK. Now it looks like my shoe disappeared. It didn't. I just need to make my screen window a little bit bigger. You also may have, whoops, got a little crazy there, didn't it? Let's move it back out over here. And I clicked to kind of hold that. And if I change this percent down in the bottom left corner to 24. That seems to be just about right for being able to see everything that I need to see. Okay, so now what we need to do is now we need to use the magic wand tool. And if you look on your left, it says tools, and if you count down 1, 2, 3, it looks like a little pink puff. But if you hover your cursor over it, it will say wand tool. So we're going to click on that tool, and then we're going to come and click in the white area kind of around your shoe. Now you'll notice that it selects most of it, and there are little marching ants. That's exactly what we want to have happen. Now you're going to hit the delete key on your keyboard. Now we would like to get rid of the marching ants. We can do that two different ways. Edit, deselect all, or you'll see here it says Control D. So you could hit the Control button and D on your keyboard and it would do the same thing. Now the marching ants are gone. Next, we need to click on the Layers settings in the bottom left corner of the Layers window. That's right over here. And this little box in the bottom left corner says Layer Settings if we hover our cursor over it. We're going to click on that. This word is opacity, and we want that to be at 100. So if it's not at 100, slide it all the way over. Under Mode, we want to click on the down arrow, and we want to move the cursor bar down until we get to the word multiply. Now you may have noticed that it got slightly lighter, and you can see a checkerboard behind your shoe. That's okay. This is actually good. We want it to happen this way. Now the next set of steps that we're going to do are going to be steps that you are going to repeat. So we are going to now click on, and I'm clicking and holding on layer 0, and I am dragging it down to the new layers icon. And that is next to the trash can. Don't put delete layer, put it on new layer, and then you're going to let go. Now you have a copy of layer 0. You can see that in your layers. You may have also noticed that it got a little bit brighter over here. That's because your two shoe layers are sitting right on top of each other. Now, you want to click the Move tool, which is the first tool on the right side in the Tools palette. And then you're going to click Edit at the top, and you're going to go to Free Transform. Or again, if you get really good at this, you could just hit Control T, and that would do the same thing. So I'm going to click on that. Now you'll notice that you have 8 little blue boxes around your shoe. That's what we need to see. You're going to move your mouse or your cursor up above the blue box in the upper right hand corner. You don't want it touching on the box, but outside, and notice how it looks like a little rotation tool, and that is what we want. You also want to hold down the Shift key, and now you can click and you can rotate that shoe around and let go, click in the middle of it, and move it into position on your paper so that it is about at the bottom of the sheet of paper, just like your other one. You can now hit, I clicked somewhere else, so I got this window. Do you want to apply these changes? Well, yes, I do. If you didn't click somewhere else, you could have just hit the return button. But I want to make my palette just a little bit larger so that I can see the top and bottom of my paper. See, now I can see the top. Okay, now We've moved it into place. We've hit return to set it into place. Now, something interesting has happened. Because we set the mode to multiply, it means that we can see through that layer. And notice how on the shoe that's underneath, we can see your lines, designs, and patterns coming through, but we can also see the lines, designs, and patterns overlapping of the second shoe. Now, we're going to repeat all of those steps again. So come with me again. I'm going to click on layer 0. I'm going to drag it down to make a new layer. Onto that new layer, let go. Notice how it got a little brighter again. I'm going to go to Edit, Free Transform. I get my 8 little blue boxes around my shoe, and I'm going to hold down my Shift key. I'm going to move my cursor outside that little blue box in the upper right corner, and I'm going to rotate my shoe around so that the bottom of the shoe is going to be at the bottom of another piece of paper. Now I let go of the Shift key, and now I'm just clicking in the middle of that shoe, and I'm moving it so that the bottom of the shoe will be at the bottom of my paper. Well, not the bottom anymore, but the top. Notice it looks like your shoe is walking around the outside of your paper. Looks like it's in a good position, so I'm going to hit return. We have one more to do. So let's kind of scroll down here, get to layer 0. We're going to drag it onto the new layer and let go. It got a little brighter. We're going to go Edit, Free Transform, got the blue boxes. I've got my little rotation tool to the upper right hand of the blue box in the corner. I'm going to hold down my Shift key. Now I'm going to rotate it again. Let go of my Shift key, click in the middle of the shoe, and I'm going to move it into place, and I'm going to hit return. Your project is actually finished. You could do one more small step if you would like. I'm not going to require that you do it, but you can if you like. If you hit the the A tool, which is the type tool, you could come down here in the bottom, in the little bottom corner, and you could just click, and then you could write your name. And I'm going to move that box up a little bit. See how small my name is down there? Well, maybe I want to make it a different style. Maybe I want to make it, oh heavens, I don't know. There are so many different, maybe I want to do crayon. And maybe I want to make it larger so we can see it. And maybe then I can come and use my move tool, and I could click on my name and I could move it into that bottom corner, just like I signed my work of art. Now, one last step. Go File, Save, and a window like this will come up. You want it to be your name, your section number, and shoe. Let's call it Final Shoe, because that tells us that that's the one that has all 4 shoes around it instead of just the single shoe that I scanned for you. You want to have JPEG as your format, and we want to move quality all the way up to 100, and it will say working, please wait. When it's finished saying that, you may click OK. It says working, please wait. And mine seems to always take a little while. And it's still working. And it's still working. Maybe we should sing the Jeopardy song. Do 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 do. Okay, you're supposed to be done by now. Okay, it's still working. At least it's very nice and says, please wait. So we will please wait. I guess we could start singing again. Do 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 do. You know, I think the last time this happened to me is it just kind of always hung out there and said, please wait. Oh, did you see it just disappear? That must, maybe if you just move your cursor off of there, it gets done and it says it's done waiting. So the next thing I want you to do is I want you to go to your drive. There's the one I had open before. We don't need that anymore. You can search, and I'm going to search for Mrs. Sternhagen 6'2" final shoe. You search for what you called it. And I'm going to pull it up here. That's the one. It's got my signature on it. It looks great. Any of this we can just hit dismiss. And then we're going to put our cursor up to the top and we're going to hit the share button. Okay. And we're going to hit advanced. Now it says that I'm the owner of this and I'm the only one that can see it right now. So you need to invite me to be able to see it, and you spell my name R-S-T-E-R-N-H-A-G-E-N, and it should hopefully come up. If not, you continue with my email address at spartanpride.net. You don't need to notify me, so you can uncheck that box. You can put by my name that I can view it. You can also come to the top here and you need to double click or highlight that link, and you need to copy that link. So edit, copy. Then you're going to click OK. Skip sending an invitation. Yes, that's okay. And now it's saving and you're going to hit done. Okay, now you're going to go back into Canvas at this point and you're going to enter. I have Canvas set so that you can enter it a website URL, and that is an address like you just copied. So you'll find your little submit button up here, submit assignment, and then you'll type in that or just paste in that web address that you copied, and I should be able to see it from there. All right, I'll be around to answer any questions, but use the video as a teaching tool since I can't be with everyone at the same